Hello and welcome to BBC World News. I'm Tanya Beckett. The Ukrainian port city of Odesa has been hit by a missile attack, raising doubts about an agreement reached just 24 hours ago to resume grain exports. Russia had promised not to attack any cargo ships carrying grain out of Odesa or the port itself. But local reports suggest today's strike damaged port infrastructure. Ukraine says Russia would be to blame if the grain export agreement now collapsed. Moscow has not made any comment on the attack. The UN Secretary-General, who only yesterday helped broker the grain deal, has unequivocally condemned this attack. And this is the reaction of America's ambassador to Kyiv, Bridget Brink. She describes the attack on Odesa as outrageous, saying the Kremlin continues to weaponize food. Russia must be held to account. Paul Adams is in Kyiv with the latest on the strikes.
Well, it does seem as though the port was hit. And in fact, the spokesman for Ukraine's air defense forces said that the missile struck at precisely the point where grain was being stored. We do not have that independently confirmed. We know that there were a number of missiles involved in this attack this morning. At least a couple of them seem to have been intercepted. There was a video that appears to show that right over the beach in Odesa. But at least one of these missiles did land on the ground, and it does seem as though it hit the port. Now, we don't know where the missiles came from. We can see from videos circulating online that they appear to be cruise missiles. The general assumption is that these were Russian missiles, but Russia, as you say, has said nothing about this. But coming on the back of the agreement yesterday signed in Istanbul, in which both the Ukrainians and Russians agreed not to do anything that would jeopardize the export of Ukrainian grain from Odesa, it does seem as though whoever was responsible for this attack seemed pretty intent on wrecking it before it's even begun.
Paul Adams there. Ukrainian MP Alexei Goncharenko, who represents Odesa, gave us his reaction to the strikes.
Unfortunately, yesterday I said it when the agreement was signed that we can't believe Russians. And once again, they showed to the world that they do not respect any agreements, and Putin wants as much chaos in the world as possible. So he made this brutal attack today, less than in 24 hours after signing of the agreement, just to disrupt it, just to show that he will continue to prevent Ukrainian grain to appear on the world food market. He continues this terror against people because he's acting like a terrorist, food terrorist. He took as a hostages hundreds of millions of people throughout the whole planet, those who are starving, those who are suffering from high food prices, and he continues to do it.
An MP from Odesa in Ukraine.